Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. Tonight's video, I'm going to be doing the fragrance personality tag video that was actually created by Simply Aisha. I'm going to pop a picture of her channel right here for you guys to check it out. And of course, I'm going to put the link to her initial video in the description box for you guys to check that video out. Obviously, nobody tagged me, so I tagged myself. I love a perfume tag video. I just like the questions. Sometimes these perfume tag videos have really interesting questions, and I do like the interaction and coming up with answers for the actual questions in the perfume tag. So I decided that I would do this tag myself, and here it is, you guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing my fragrance personality selections to this perfume tag, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. So this perfume tag has a total of 13 questions, and I'm just gonna go straight on to question number 1. And the first question is, what is your boss baby scent? I don't think it's gonna be surprising, the fragrance that I'm gonna pull for. And of course, my boss baby scent is none other than YSL Lieb, and I have it here in a little mini because I actually gave away the original bottle, and I haven't decided to repurchase it because I have the Intense and I have the Eau de Toilette, and yeah. So of course, you guys know my YSL Lieb. This is your very confident and bold, striking, musky lavender and vanilla fragrance with a hint of citrus from the Mandarin Orange. Beautiful, sexy, bold scent that definitely commands a lot of attention and kind of give you that confident boost, that kind of way. This fragrance isn't that like loud to the extent that it wears you, but when you wear this fragrance, it kind of just makes you feel really elevated and really sexy and very confident and very bold. It just has that aura to it. So for me, this is my boss baby scent. I think this would be the only fragrance in my collection that I consider to be like, embody that vibe of boss baby or boss lady or boss vibes, in my opinion. So YSL Lieb, of course, is my boss baby scent. So question number 2, what is your go-to bedtime scent? And for me, my absolute favorite bedtime scent is Musk 12 by Kylie, you guys. And this is a beautiful, musky, clean, powdery, white floral fragrance with the essence of freesia, some jasmine, vanilla, and sandalwood. It is soft and very elegant and very pretty, and it kind of gives me like a very laid back and very calming mood or vibe. And for me, I would say this is like, the one fragrance or one of the many fragrances in my perfume collection that just gives me warm, laid back, and cozy vibes. So for me, this would be my favorite go-to bedtime scent in my collection. Question number 3, what is your hug in a bottle scent? For me, my number one, like very cozy and very confident scent in my collection would be Calamat by Arabian Oud, you guys. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this fragrance, but for me, this is an absolute love. This is a beautiful, warm, cozy fragrance with the essence of anise. There's some blackberry in the opening as well, but there's a beautiful prominent note of cashmere in the heart of this perfume, mixing with some honey, amber, and musk in the base. This is a very cozy, warm, slightly Middle Eastern. Now, it's a Middle Eastern fragrance, but it's a very fresh, refined, almost clean Middle Eastern fragrance. It's very refined in my opinion, but it keeps that, that Middle Eastern DNA. It is cozy, it is warm, it is powdery, and I get a lot of the cashmere in here. So for me, I kind of associate cashmere wood with warm and cozy and sweater weather. This fragrance, in my opinion, I would describe it as my number one sweater weather fragrance in my collection. Similarly, I would also call this my hug in a bottle fragrance because it's just a very warm and cozy and very soft and very pleasant smelling fragrance that is also very memorable, and it also puts me in the mind of fall as well. So Calamat by Arabian Oud, this would be my hug in a bottle scent in my collection. So this next question number 4 is, what is your secret weapon of mass seduction? Now, this is a very interesting question for me because personally, my secret weapon of the most seductive fragrance in my collection would be Invite Only Amber 23. However, my partner thinks that Miss Dior smells like a potion, and this is the one that he requests, okay? And yeah, this this is the scent that he normally requests and is often mesmerized by and captivated by somehow. What can I say? I think men are quite simple creatures and they pretty much like, fresh roses, something a little bit fruity, pretty, and elegant smelling in my opinion. And my partner absolutely loves this fragrance. So if I'm trying to seduce him, this would be the scent, this would be the request. And yeah, it's kind of like hypnotize him in a way. I don't understand. He really loves this fragrance on me. However, I would want to go for Invite Only. I mean, Invite Only, of course, is your syrupy sweet cherry tobacco with some amber, vanilla, chocolates, hazelnut, and all that sexiness, all that goodness. For me, this is a fragrance that if I didn't have a familiar partner that requests his own scent, I would actually pull for this fragrance. I don't know. I just love this perfume. I think it's a very sexy, seductive scent. I think it's mesmerizing, especially as the fragrance dries down. Some of those chocolatey, hazelnutty essence comes out. And it's a really sexy, intoxicating, overly indulging fragrance, especially with all those gourmand touches, riding on the essence of cherry and tobacco, which is already a very sexy combination. So for me, this would be my weapon of mass seduction. However, my partner is seduced by Miss Dior. So question number 5, what is a fragrance you never wear but can't part with? My fragrance that I absolutely love but don't wear, but refuse to part, now don't think I'd ever part with, is Chanel number 5. Like, I am a Chanel girl. Like, when I started my perfume collection, I started off with Chanel. And I thought, like, I had the hottest shit ever. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing, right? I was one of those famous Dacub. You guys know Dacub? I'm going to pop a picture of him here. He is like a faithful Chanel die-hard fan. And I lived on his channel when I started, watching YouTube, and when I was really into, like, when I started getting into fragrances. So I was a Chanel girl all the way. But it breaks my heart when people describe Chanel number 5 as old people scent, as like an old people scent. I hate that, and it honestly hurt my feelings. But yeah, this is a beautiful white floral aldehydic scent. There's quite a lot going on in here. But this pretty much smells, it's a white floral. It smells a bit soapy clean to me. White floral, soapy clean with some patchouli. And you definitely get the aldehydes. And again, a lot of florals in here. So it smells elegant. I could possibly see how this fragrance is perceived as being a little bit vintage smelling. But I love it all the more. I just think it's a really classy fragrance. And I'm still impressed by this perfume. I just kind of like allow myself to be swept up, in the perfume community, in the perfume world, and I don't pull for my beautiful, Chanel number 5, but I still love this fragrance. Smelling it brings so much joy, the classiness, the elegance in this perfume. I love this scent, but I don't ever wear this fragrance. As a matter of fact, I had 2 of them. That's how much I love this fragrance. I had the original bottle and I gave it to my mother-in-law. And I kept the limited edition bottle. And I know you guys can see this massive dent, but I literally sprayed my cushions in my living room with it one day. I did some cleaning, washed all my cushions, and doused them with Chanel number 5. And that's how we got this massive dent. But otherwise than that, she sits here and she's a classic of all classics. And I do not intend to part with this fragrance. And I will be keeping it in my collection no matter what. So this is that one fragrance that I can't part with, but never ever wear. So question number 6, what is one of your favorite fragrances that you don't wear enough? And one of my absolute favorite fragrances in my collection that I hardly wear is La Belle Le Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. I showed you guys this perfume in my entire perfume collection, and I told you guys that it has a massive dent. And yeah, I kind of like put this fragrance down. I don't know why. I just put it down, and again, I think I only put for this perfume during the fall and the winter season. I think that's what it is, on those really cold days. And I kind of put the fragrance down, and I don't feel like I forget about it, but the high that I had for it has definitely, like, subsided. When I first smelled this perfume, I was mesmerized. It has like a velvety smooth tonka bean essence in here. So with that pear, a beautiful spicy pear essence with a velvety smooth tonka bean essence, and I love this perfume. I was like, I felt it was I felt it was really intoxicating when I smelled it, and obviously when I wore it more often. But I put it down and I kind of like forgot about it, and I do not pull for this fragrance that much at all. It's kind of like forgotten in a way. I don't know. But yeah, this is the one fragrance in my collection, one of my favorite scents that I don't wear enough. So question number 7, what is a fragrance you would recommend for a beginner that wants to smell unique? And the one fragrance that I would recommend is Gold Oud by Manera. Now, this for me is a very unique smelling fragrance. I think when you talk about Manera fragrances, you're definitely going, down unique territory in my opinion. However, it's a little bit risky, but still very beautiful and definitely different. Okay, and a lot of people will not be wearing this fragrance. Manera Gold Oud. This is a rhymy, citrusy, mandarin orange, zesty, powdery rose, a little bit musky, slightly oudy scent. Okay, it smells like it has like a mandarin orange essence, but it has like the scent of the orange peel. It smells a little bit rhymy, and you get the essence of rose and oud, and it dries down powdery. So this is a fragrance that I bought earlier up in my perfume journey. Okay, and I found this fragrance quite appealing. I absolutely love this fragrance. It smells different. The oud for me is not crazy. It's borderline like between Middle Eastern and Western. For me, it's like right in the middle of Middle Eastern oud and Western oud. That's how I would describe it in my opinion, and it's a beautiful scent. I would recommend this to somebody who's starting off in their perfume collection, who wants to smell unique. And yeah, so this is Manera Gold Oud. Question number 8, what is a fragrance that you love that everyone else seems to hate? And the fragrance that I absolutely love, that I think people hate, is A La Rose by MFK. Now, maybe they don't hate it, but they don't have no appreciation for this fragrance. And in my mind, this is the most beautiful, refreshing, playful rose scent. It's a very girly, clean, shampooy, sweet, very like pretty girl, elegant, kind of like innocent smelling rose perfume in my opinion. It is clean, it is addictive, it is mesmerizing, and I consider this perfume to actually be like backup bottle worthy. Like I would buy the big bottle from MFK, and I would just like bathe myself in this beautiful, refreshing rose fragrance. Nobody talks about this perfume. Nobody seems to have an appreciation for this scent. All of the other MFK fragrances get a lot of love, but this one right here, people do not appreciate at all. For me, this is the most beautiful fragrance ever. One of my absolute faves from MFK. I love this clean, refreshing, freshly cut, slightly green rose scent. So MFK A La Rose is that one fragrance that I absolutely love that everybody seems to just hate or not appreciate. Number 9. So number 9, what is an overhyped fragrance that you currently own? And one overhyped fragrance that I currently own is Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. Now, this is a beautiful fragrance, okay? But when I sprayed this perfume, I really didn't know, and I know I'm kind of like, I know I'm stepping on a lot of people's toes even mentioning this perfume, but this perfume is in fact overhyped. It is in fact a beautiful scent. However, when I smelled this fragrance, it was a like, not a love. And I not too long ago got it, so I'm still feeling the fragrance out. But this is like really, really hyped up, and I don't feel like it's like all that. I don't know why. I don't feel like this. I don't know. I have to play with this fragrance a little bit more because again, it's new. It's probably in my collection just a day. So don't quote me, please. Okay. Don't quote me. But this is an extremely hyped up perfume, and they were like, oh my God, it smells so good. And I don't know how I feel about this perfume. I don't know how I feel about Devotion, but this is one fragrance that's overhyped and in my collection. Now, question number 10. What fragrance is on the chopping block? Now, you guys know I recently did a declutter. However, and I don't have any more fragrances in my collection that I care to declutter because I have, my collection is like a reflection of all the scents that I really, 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 really love in my collection. However, there's one particular scent from a brand on a whole that I struggle with, and that is Montal's Chocolate Greedy, you guys, okay? And again, this is a beautiful gourmand, cacao, powdery, sweet vanilla, biscuit smelling fragrance. Intoxicating gourmand scent, and I wore it the other night and it was quite pleasant. I can't deny that I love the scent. It smells like a vanilla biscuit with chocolate dribble on it, right? It smells like a vanilla biscuit with a layer of chocolate on top of it, and that's what it smells like. And it's a beautiful scent, but it smells too much gourmand, okay? And so when I wear this perfume, I tend to layer it. I did wear it the other day to compare it to Al Rehab's Choco Moss. I wanted to compare it to that, and it was quite beautiful, you know. However, I don't pull for this fragrance too often because it smells too edible smelling, too gourmand, too biscuity smelling, in my opinion. And maybe during the fall season, I like to smell biscuity, but to say, you know, when you walk up the road and somebody passes you and they smell like biscuits or bananas and something like that, that ain't my thing. But it's nice. It's pretty. But yeah, I like to smell womanly and mature. I don't mind having gourmand touches, but I want it to smell like a perfume and still have that like womanly essence. I don't know. So Chocolate Greedy is close to the chopping board. I'm not getting rid of it, but this is the only fragrance in my collection that I'm iffy about, in my opinion. Question number 11. What is the last fragrance that you purchased? And the last perfume I purchased is Tona Cola by Manera. This is a fairly new fragrance, fairly new release, and I've been seeing it pop up here and there, and I was really intrigued. I recently saw Veronica Says talk about it, and I was like, yes, I have to have it. And it came, and I'm in love. It's a very interesting scent, in my opinion. It's like, I know people, it's like a cherry cola scent, but in my opinion, it smells like, you know, back in the day, it had those red chiclets. It had the normal chiclets, but it had the red chiclets and had like a minty, red, peppery, peppermint essence to it, but sweet at the same time. That's what I'm getting with this perfume. However, when I spray this perfume, I do get the chiclets, but overall, I get the cinnamon, the cherry. There is some labdanum in here, so I get a very strong note of labdanum. So I get the cinnamon, the cherry. I get a spicy vibe. I want to say it's slightly like a woody vibe, but I know there's some patchouli in here, so it's kind of like a finely blended woody essence in a way, but not going all the way woody, which I'm guessing is the patchouli leaf, because it doesn't have patchouli, it has a patchouli leaf, which is the same thing, right? But you get what I'm saying. You get that kind of woody feel, but doesn't go all the way woody, so it's kind of like a patchouli vibe and still kind of softens up at the base, and then you get the prominent note of labdanum. Beautiful, scrumptious smelling fragrance. I love it. It smells different. I've heard some people say it smells a little bit synthetic. I don't get that. It's just, I think it's a beautiful fragrance. So this is the last fragrance that I purchased. It literally came today. So yeah. Question number 12. What fragrance is at the top of your wish list? Oh my God, listen to me, right? This is a hard question for me, okay? Like, there are so many fragrances that I want and so many fragrances I want to try, and it's like, my mind is like, it is going, not really going crazy, but it's like trying to keep up with all the fragrance releases, and then, you know, the hyped up fragrances. So there's new fragrance releases, and then there's hyped up fragrances. and I'm like, oh my God, which one I'm gonna try? Which one I'm gonna try first? If I don't try, it's like I'm trying to catch up, and if I try something that was released previously, but then there's one released now, like am I gonna get left behind if I try the one that I always had on my wish list that I've been anticipating smelling for a long time, pass up buying one of the newest releases? So my mind is all over the place when it comes to new fragrances. I go online and I'm like, yes, I want this perfume, and I buy something else. Okay, so what's on the absolute top of my wish list right now? I gotta say Valentina Bond Aroma Intense. Yeah, Valentina Bond Aroma Intense is that one fragrance that I wake up thinking about, and I go to sleep thinking about. Like, it's that one fragrance that I have been absolutely obsessing over lately for some strange reason. I just really, really want that fragrance. And sometimes I'm like, but you know what? There's probably other better fragrances out there, and there's other niche perfumes. There's Triumph of Bacchus. I want to try Triumph of Bacchus really, really bad. And there's Lune Feline, but I can't get Valentina Bond Aroma Intense off of my mind. So I'm going to go with Valentina Bond Aroma Intense. So the last question, number 13, is what is your number one fragrance for life, or your one fragrance for life? And I've mentioned this already. It's going to be Miss Dior, you guys. None other than Miss Dior. This is my absolute favorite fragrance in my entire perfume collection. I bought this perfume before I had a YouTube channel. And when I discovered this fragrance, I bought every single Miss Dior that there was, because I think this is the most beautifully made fragrance. And I know there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of newbies out there. I think Francois de Machy is the most, I'm going to say he's the best perfumer. I think he has the most beautiful hands. I think his craft is like second to none. And I think that this fragrance has been made and blended to the absolute most perfection. The scent profile in itself is even unique. I mean, there's a lot of fragrances that resembles, you know, I mean, this DNA, it's not like making people go crazy at this point, but it has this beautiful, you know, musky, mandarin orange, powdery, citrusy, rose scent that smells like a perfume oil. It smells like elegance and class. It smells like a really pretty woman who is just like, you know, just so pretty. That's it, a really pretty woman in my opinion. I love my Miss Dior, and I think it's one of the most beautifully crafted fragrances on the market, in my opinion. So this will and forever be my number one fragrance, my one fragrance for life. All right. So there you have it, you guys. These are the answers to my fragrance personality tag video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thoroughly enjoyed these questions, you guys. I literally went in blind. I saw this perfume tag, like I've been seeing it around, and I knew that I wanted to do it, but I didn't even answer the questions beforehand. I answered the questions right in front of the camera for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my selections and enjoyed my answers to these questions. If in fact you did, please give me a very big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. And until next time, see you guys in my very next video. Ta-ra!